Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Brad with Lead Juice Home Care Growth, and I've been working in marketing for a while now. And I just got deeper into the home care because I have a lot of family members and family friends in this industry who needed help with their online presence and getting more clients. And I had to teach them these things. So I'm gonna, talk about this topic on why private pay families pick one home care agency over another. So most agencies, I feel like they don't lose because they don't care, right? They lose because the family doesn't trust them fast enough, right? And we're going to see the real reason why families choose. Families are not just comparing services; they're trying to figure out who they can trust with someone who they love, right? And on paper, a lot of agencies look similar. They all offer care. They all say they're compassionate. They all say that they're reliable, and that's cool. But the agency that wins is usually the one that lowers fear faster and makes that family feel more confident, right? A daughter or a son might ask, "How much do you charge?" But what she's really or he's really asking is, "Can I trust you with my mom when I'm not there?" That's what they're really asking. So if you understand that, um, you understand, what's going on in this industry as far as trust, right? And you got to remember, right? Families are usually stressed. Most families don't call a home care agency when everything is perfect. Usually something happened. It could be a fall, a hospital stay, memory issues, burnout, a parent who's no longer safe alone. So your marketing cannot sound casual, cannot sound generic. These families need clear answers and they need a clear next step. So when someone is stressed, I feel like clarity feels like the relief. Another thing is, I don't know if I got to keep saying this, but I'm saying this to keep saying it. I've been saying it the whole couple weeks. The adult child is often the buyer, right? So a lot of times when I see some of these strategies, it's like the agency is marketing towards the senior. The senior is the one that's receiving the care, but many times it's the adult son, it's the adult daughter, the spouse is the person that's making that decision. And that person is carrying the stress. So they're thinking about safety, communication, they're thinking about cost, they're thinking about scheduling, and whether your agency will make their life easier. So your message has to speak to that family member managing that problem, and not just the person receiving the care. Price matters, but trust wins. Price is important, but it's not the whole decision. If one agency feels more organized, it feels safer, it feels easier to trust, that agency has the real advantage, even if it's not the cheapest. So if you don't explain your value clearly, families will judge you only by your hourly rate. So a family may pay more for an agency that explains caregiver matching, communication, and a backup coverage because it feels less risky. So you just got to keep that in mind. And remember when I was telling you guys about the compassion care, we were talking about the generic words. These generic words do not sell. Compassion care, reliable caregivers, affordable rates, personalized service. Those words are not wrong, but they're just way too common. They do they don't give a family a real reason to choose you, right? Specific details build trust. Families believe what they can understand. So if they don't understand what you're saying, or if everybody sounds, if your agency sounds like all the other ones, they're not gonna choose you, and that's simple. Let's look at talk about websites. So the website has one job, right? What your website's job is to not just look nice, right? Its job is to make the family feel clear. So when someone lands on your website, they should quickly understand who you help, what you do, how care starts, and what happens after the call. All right. A confusing website quietly loses all the leads. And that's why I had to do a lot of redesigning of websites because, if you focus on one thing and, family is looking for one thing and they're just seeing so many different options, they might just leave and just call another agency because your website is not clear. A lot of people have beautiful websites, pretty websites, but they don't answer the family's question, and it's not doing its job. All right. Another thing, guys, is slow follow up. I see it a lot, and I got to get on my family. I got to get on different clients on slow follow up. And think of it like this, right? Let me let you think about it, right? Think of it like, let's say you have a good Google presence. A lot of people in this industry don't have a strong Google presence, but let's say you have a strong Google presence, and someone searches home care agency or private care help or whatever in on Google in Miami, Florida, or in Naples, Florida. Uh, if they give you a phone call and you don't answer, you think they're going to wait around and for you to call them back? No, they're on the next. Think about it. You have a plumbing issue. I work with home services as well. You have a plumbing issue. You have a tree or trees is about to fall over on your house. You don't. You call. A lot of people don't answer their phones. Like businesses, I don't understand why, but they just don't answer their phones. So you got to think about it. Your follow up is costing you money. A client might call you, a potential lead might call you, and you don't answer. They're gonna go to the next one. Speed is part of also speed. You got to think about it. Speed is part of trust as well, and I think it's one of the most important things is speed. So when a family reaches out, they usually need help right now, and if you respond slowly, they're talking to someone else. It's just that simple. The first call is where start is where trust starts. All right. So the first call teaches the family what working with your agency might feel like. Right. So what I recommend is do not rush, do not overtalk, and do not sound unsure. That's the easiest ways to get them to go to another agency. Right. A strong first call should feel calm, helpful, and guided, and the family should feel like okay, they know what they're doing. All right. Got to ask better questions. So strong agencies do not start by dumping services. They start by understanding the situation, right? Better questions make the family feel heard and help you uncover the real reason why they need care. Like questions like what changed recently? What worries you the most, right? Are stronger than just jumping straight into pricing. They can feel when it's transactional. Okay. Explain the process, right? You got to be able to explain the process. So, first call, assessment, care plan, caregiver match, schedule, updates, and backup support. Right. Um, a clear process makes your agency feel organized. When that process is clear, the family feels guided instead of confused. And the family should never feel like they're guessing what happens next. So you should explain the process so they have a clear idea of how you work, and it just makes you look more professional. Caregiver matching matters also, right? Families care about who enters their home. Explain how you match caregivers, right? The needs, the schedule, personality, hablas español, parle creole. Like you gotta be, you know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it, especially if you're in Florida. We have a huge Spanish speaking community in South Florida or a Haitian community. Si tú hablas español or if you're your caregiver, you have caregivers that speak Spanish or Haitian Creole or Privyet как дела, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be able. So matching the caregiver is really important. Explain how you match based on needs, personality, comfort level, right? Experience. Don't make it random because families feel nervous. So a quiet senior with dementia, maybe they need a different caregiver than an active senior who wants conversation, errands, and help getting out the house. So you got to be able to match. Don't just send your any caregiver out there. They got to be able to match your client. Let's do it. Communication is a selling point. right? Families want updates. They want to know, who do I call? How do changes get handled? What happens if there's a problem, right? Communication is part of the service. It's not just a side detail, okay? Families want to know who to call, right? How changes are handled. What happens if there's a problem? Good communication can separate you from other agencies. They'll switch on you so fast. So you got to make sure that, the son, the caregiver, or whoever, the daughter, the spouse knows everything throughout, the whole the day. You got to keep them updated. They don't just want care. They want to know, will they be left? They don't want to be left in the dark. All right. Let's go to the next point. Proof makes the choice easier. Okay. Families do not just want you to say that, trust us, right? Don't just say trust us. You got to show it in the reviews. If you got 4 reviews, you got 10 reviews. We got to work on your reviews, man. We got to work on your reviews, because think about it. If John down the streets has an agency, he has 500 reviews compared to you. I mean, you might have a great agency as well, but you got 4 reviews. We got to work on building your reviews. Got to build a system where you can get more reviews, testimonials, screenings, real examples, right? Strong local reputation, referral relationships, right? If I'm looking for help for my aunt, and I keep hearing about, uh, you know loyalty health services, loyalty health, uh, professionals, right? Or caring solutions. I keep hearing caring solutions, caring solutions, caring solutions, and then I hear another agency which just like Sarah's Care Solutions. I'm going to go with the one that I hear the most, because I hear a lot of referral. They have a strong local reputation. They have, good reviews. They have real examples. Proof makes that family feel safer choosing you too. So, got to build the presence regarding these different things that's going to make you feel like a stronger choice to choose from. So let's look at what agencies should fix before spending money on ads. I mean, we do ads, in my agency, my marketing company as well. But what it is we got to work on the things first, like website, fast follow up. Like, think about it. We paying for ads, and you don't answer the phone. That's money down the drain. So we got to be able to fix the stuff, the leakage. Got to fix the leakage. Clear website, fast follow up, improve the calls. If you have some type of, got to work on the calls, got to work on the script. You know, it's not just hey, hello. You sound like you're enthusiastic about this, right? Simple care process, the caregiver match, proof, clear pricing, better communication, right? Private pay families pick the agency that feels clear, like I said, prepared, and easy to trust. All right. So, that's going to conclude this video. If you guys have any questions, any doubts, like I said, my name is Brad, and I do this. I can help you guys with your marketing if need be. If you just want to get some tips, follow, subscribe, do what you need to do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.